I spoke with Hunter Marston, who was a fellow in the U.S. Embassy in Myanmar, about this catch-22 scenario for Dasu. They've seen a radical shift in the makeup of their government in recent years, and it's tentative at best. Some people's hold on power. This Rohingya element and some people calling it ethnic cleansing is going to make that even more difficult.
Right. It certainly does make it more difficult and only empowers the military. If anything, I think the crisis is pointing to the limitations of Daw San Suu Kyi's power. She is not in control over the military. The 2008 Constitution enshrines the military's control and autonomy within the current government. So the civilian government does not actually exercise authority over the military, which oversees the ministries of border affairs, national security, or defense, and home affairs. So they actually control the police forces, which are responsible for basic law and order questions and providing security, and actually feeding into the problem of the violence and the brutal suppression against Rakhine State right now.
I was reading an analysis from Brookings, and it was saying, in many ways, she is boxed in, because if she were to say, okay, military, you cannot do this, you should not do this, let's say it goes against humanity, she might lose her grip on power, whatever it is that she has, or vestiges of power, at which point she would have no more power to exert her agenda, which could be in the long run to stop this. Having watched this country for so long, what do you see her next move as being?
I don't know if she knows what her next move is. The next national elections will be in 2020. And I think she has her eye on, like I said earlier, the number one goal is to achieve a national peace, which has been elusive for 70 years now. So I think her moves are carefully calibrated around maintaining her core support from a wide range of Burman, that's not Burmese, but Burman, the race, a majority race within the country, and Buddhist population, which is very strongly anti-Rohingya and anti-Muslim. They see their identity tied to the nation state as preserving a Buddhist country and repelling this, what they see as an invasive Muslim force. It's important not to forget all these disparate groups. So Suu Kyi has been trying to bring together about 15 different groups into the ceasefire process, managing various coalitions, some splintering off and holding their own talks. It's not just a unidimensional Rohingya, Burmese battle for peace.
Let's continue on that line looking forward now. Many of Dasu's fellow Nobel Prize winners have called for her to be stripped of her honor. That's not happening. The UN, though, did condemn the violence recently, but more harsh repercussions do not appear in the offing. According to the New York Times today, quote, analysts say the United Nations is unlikely to act against Myanmar. Myanmar's government has said it was working with Russia and China to block any efforts to punish it over the crackdown in Rakhine State. So with no official action imminent and the death toll mounting, public pressure seems to be that last, final, powerful lever. Myanmar's national security advisor, he told Reuters today publicly, we want to make sure that everybody who needs humanitarian assistance gets it without discrimination, end quote. What the Rohingya don't look likely to get anytime soon is citizenship or a homeland where they're treated like human beings.